Niger's President Mohamed Bazoum, who was overthrown in a coup on July 26, is still under detention with his wife and son. He has refused to resign and hopes to win his case in court. Although many nations and groups continue to demand that he be released, the military dictatorship in power is steadfast for the time being. Mohamed Bazoum, alongside his wife Haziza and son Salem, have all been imprisoned since the July 26 coup. They are all being kept in his residence in the presidential palace. He has been kept there without electricity and access to water. However, he receives fresh food supplies every other day and regular visits from his doctor. In early August, Mohamed Bazoum described himself as a hostage and described his family's treatment as inhuman. He decided to refer his case to the West African courts on September 18 to demand his release and the restoration of constitutional order in Niger. The coup was promptly denounced by the UN, which declared support for Mohamed Bazoum and demanded his release, as well as Niger's Western allies, France and the United States. A few days later, ECOWAS adopted the same position and threatened Niger with armed intervention. ECOWAS' swift and tough response is commensurate with its zero-tolerance policy on unconstitutional changes of government. Following the recent double coups in Mali and Burkina Faso and one in Guinea, the overthrow of Niger's elected government marks the sixth coup in West Africa since 2020. Failure to curtail this latest military takeover may irretrievably damage ECOWAS' ability to uphold its policy and guide member states towards political stability. Niger junta has warned that they kill the deposed president after any military intervention in the country. The threat to the deposed president has raised the stakes both for ECOWAS and for the junta, which has shown its willingness to step up its measures since it ousted power on July 26. The bloc knows now that any attempt on Niger will be putting the ousted president in high risk. Military intervention in Niger would be a high-risk endeavor. It could further split the defense and security forces, who didn't all initially support the coup. The worst-case scenario of a clash between military units was narrowly averted after extensive consultations that led to the 27 July communique from the Army General Staff endorsing the military takeover. The international community is scrambling to find a peaceful solution to the country's leadership crisis. This is the first time in recent years that ECOWAS has considered the use of force to intervene and restore democracies in countries where the military took over. However, ECOWAS has imposed severe travel and economic restrictions against Niger, but analysts say it may be running out of options as support fades for intervention. The region has seen several coups in the past, but the bloc has been unable to stop them. Niger is the fourth member state to experience a coup in the previous 3 years. The junta has cut ties with France and exploited popular grievances toward its former colonial ruler. It has also requested aid from the Russian mercenary company Wagner, which is suspected of violating human rights and works in a few African nations. Achieving a stable and governable Niger requires a diplomatic approach that restores constitutional order through dialogue. Do you think the ECOWAS would still intervene despite the threats from the junta? Let us know what you have to say in the comments below. Encourage us to keep creating videos like this by liking this video and subscribing to the New Tourist channel. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.